So I've been managing analysts for over 2 decades now. And over that time, I've been giving them sort of useful tips and advice on how to grow as an analyst. So I thought I'd make this video and give you my top 7 tips to how to grow as an analyst. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shorful, and in this channel, we talk all things data. Now, before we begin, if you're a budding analyst or even a seasoned pro or someone who just shares an interest in data, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, ring the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any helpful tips and advice I have to offer. So the first tip I give my analysts is to understand the industry, okay? So the business that they work in, understand how that industry operates, okay? Everything from how it makes money, how it produces the product, how it markets the product, how it sells the product, how it runs its operations, how people operate within the company, okay? They need to understand how the business operates, because if you don't understand the industry and how businesses in that industry operate, then it's going to be very hard for you as an analyst to provide meaningful insights or recommendations that the business could use, okay? Because sometimes what you do is you analyze the data and it won't be connected to what the business does. So my first tip is really learn about your industry, okay? Understand the industry, understand how your business operates in that, and how that industry also operates, okay? Like I said, everything from how they make money, how they sell the product, and how they make the product. So the second tip is know your stakeholders. Now, all stakeholders are not equal. Obviously, the more senior ones will have more priority when they make requests, but also you've got to understand your stakeholders in terms of how they want the analysis, okay? Some will be happy to get a table, which they are happy to sift through. Others just want a bullet point to tell them what it means. Some want insights, some would like recommendations, okay? So you need to go out and know your stakeholders, and that actually means going out and spending time with them, asking them questions, being in the same meetings as them, working with them where possible, but generally networking with them so that you understand how they like their analysis, and also listen to their feedback, okay? So that when they give you feedback, you understand how you can change your analysis or change the output of your analysis to meet their needs better. The third tip I give is storytelling, okay? Develop the art of storytelling, okay? Too often and too many analysts just produce the analysis and describe what the data is telling them, okay? Now, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes businesses just want you to provide commentary and tell the business what the data said. But on the whole, what people want to know is a narrative around the data, okay? So you want to craft that in the form of a story in terms of telling the audience, the people that you're delivering this information to, what it is that you've done to set the scene, what it is that you've found. So, what happened, and then what does it mean for them? The so what, okay? This is very important. Whenever you're delivering a piece of analysis, if you create a story around it, you always deliver the so what. So what does it mean for that business? What does it mean for that team? What does it mean for that person, okay? So develop the art of storytelling, and you'll find that your analysis will have much more impact and be taken on board by the business. Number 4, and this is really key, is trust your analysis, okay? Any analysis you do, you have to be very sure that it's accurate, okay? What you don't want to do is stand in front of your audience and they say that number looks wrong, or we don't think that's accurate or correct, okay? You need to be able to trust your analysis. So make sure you do everything beforehand to ensure that the analysis you're doing is absolutely accurate and robust, okay? Now, sometimes the odd mistake does happen, but that should be the minority. On the whole, you should never, ever present something that you don't trust yourself, okay? So therefore, when someone does question you and say, oh, that number looks wrong, or that analysis looks wrong, you can rebut them and say, no, sorry, the analysis is correct, the numbers are correct. What may be different is how they interpret it, and that's fine. People have different interpretations of the numbers, but the numbers themselves will always be accurate because you trust your analysis, okay? If you don't trust your analysis, don't present it, okay? So number 4, trust your analysis. Number 5, and if you've ever worked for me, you'll know I'm a very, I always push this one, and that is attention to detail, okay? As an analyst, you have to pay attention to detail. If you don't pay attention to the detail, then people don't trust you on the big things, okay? And this can be very simple things like what you've labeled the chart. If, for example, you've copied and pasted a PowerPoint slide and the month hasn't changed, so you've done July's presentation, but you've left June's month in there, okay? Or the footer on the charts, the source hasn't been changed, or the axes haven't been changed, or you make very simple mistakes. Sometimes even if you don't align boxes to be left aligned or right aligned, if they're slightly off and you haven't paid that much attention to detail, people pick these things up. And if you pick up that you're not very good at the detail, then they won't trust the big things that you produce. So as an analyst, please pay attention to detail. Number 6 is be visible. Okay, as an analyst, it's very tempting to just sit behind your screen, especially now that a lot of you are working from home or working remotely. Okay, it's very tempting to sit behind your screen, respond on Slack or Teams, attend the Zoom meetings with or the video meeting with the camera off, listen, and just let the day pass. Okay, that may be great for productivity, especially if you want to get work done, but it's not good if you want to grow as an analyst. To grow as an analyst, you need to be able to contribute to the business. You need to be seen to be contributing to the business. So one of the things that you have to do is be visible. So that means when you're on video calls, have the camera on, contribute if you can, present where it's applicable, ask questions where it's relevant. When you're in the office, make sure you go network with people. That also helps with you understanding the industry, as we talked about in number 1, and number 2, you get to know your stakeholders better. Okay, so as an analyst, though the temptation may be to hide behind your screen, I would advise you to be very visible, and where possible, make sure that you are contributing actively to the business. And number 7, something that's fundamental when you're an analyst, and that is to keep on learning. In this industry, as in most industries, things will always change, but in data, it changes quite fast, okay? We've now got these new large language models that can actually summarize data for us, so therefore we no longer have to produce commentary. These models can do it for us, okay? So we need to keep learning. We need to understand how the tools that we use can be used more effectively. We need to understand how the industry is evolving. We need to understand how other things are impacting how the business performs, so that the analysis we do contributes to the success of the business. Okay, so those were my 7 tips to how to grow as an analyst. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, and of course do ring the bell icon so you keep up to date on all future videos that I have to produce. Thank you.